all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining His Holiness Candramauli Swami Maharaj's daily class. Today we are continuing with our Srimad Bhagavatam series of second canto, second chapter, The Lord in the Heart, and we are on the verse number 31. And we are very happy to have Maharaj on the call. And Hare Krishna Maharaj, my humble obeisances to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for your time and
Glories Prabhupada,
association.
my obeisances.
Krishna, Hare Krishna Maharaj. So I'm going to share my screen again.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 2, The Lord in the Heart, text 31. Nenatmanatmanam nam upaitya santam anadamanadmayo vasane etam gatim bhagavatim gatoya savai purnarneha visajate ga. Translation: only the purified soul can attain the perfection of associating with the personality of Godhead in complete bliss and satisfaction in his constitutional state. Make a note of that. Only the purified soul can attain the perfection of associating with the personality of Godhead in complete bliss and satisfaction in his constitutional state. Whoever is able to renovate such devotional perfection is never again attracted by this material world, and he never returns. Purport. We shall specifically note in this verse the description of Gatim Bhagavatim, become merged in the rays of the Param Brahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as desired by the Mayavadi impersonalists. That is not Bhagavatim perfection. Bhagavatams never accept merging into the impersonal rays of the Lord, but always aspire after personal association with the Supreme Lord in one of the Vaikuntha spiritual planets in the spiritual sky. The whole of the spiritual sky, of which the total number of the material sky is only an insignificant part, is full of unlimited numbers of Vaikuntha planets. The destination of the devotee, the Bhagavat, is to enter into one of these Vaikuntha planets, in each of which the personality of Godhead, in his unlimited personal expansions, enjoys himself in the association of unlimited pure devotee associates. The conditioned souls in this material world, after gaining emancipation by devotional service, are promoted to these planets. But the number of ever liberated souls is far, far greater than the number of conditioned souls in the material world, and the ever liberated souls in the Vaikuntha planets never care to visit this miserable material world. The impersonalists who aspire to merge in the impersonal Brahmajyoti, effulgence of the Supreme Lord, have no conception of loving devotional service to him in his personal form, in the spiritual manifestation, and it may be compared to certain species of fish who, being born in the rivulets and rivers, migrate to the great ocean. But they cannot stay in the ocean indefinitely, for their urge for sense gratification brings them back to the rivers and streams to spawn. Similarly, when the materialist becomes frustrated in their attempts to enjoy himself in the limited material world, he may seek impersonal liberation by merging either with the causal ocean or with the impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence. However, as neither the causal ocean nor the impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence affords any superior substitute for association and engagement of the senses, the impersonalist will fall again into the limited material world, become entangled once more in the wheels of birth and death, drawn by the inextinguishable desire for sensual engagement. But any devotee who enters the kingdom of God by transcendental engagement of his senses in devotional service, and who associates with deliberate souls in the personality of Godhead there, will never be attracted to the limited surroundings of the material world. In the Bhagavad Gita 8:15 also, the same is confirmed, as the Lord says, the great Mahatmas, or the Bhakti Yogis, after attaining my association, never come back to this material world, which is full of miseries and is non-permanent. The highest perfection of life, therefore, is to attain his association and nothing else. The Bhakti Yogi, being completely engaged in the Lord's service, has no attraction for any other process of liberation, who, like the Jnani or the Yogi, a pure devotee is 100% devoted to the Lord and nothing more. We should further note in this verse two words, santam and anandam, which denote that devotional service to the Lord can really bestow upon the devotee two important benedictions, namely peace and satisfaction. The impersonalist is desirous of becoming one with the Supreme, or in other words, he wants to become the Supreme. This is a myth only. The mystic yogis become encumbered by various mystic powers, and so have neither peace nor satisfaction. So neither the impersonalist nor the yogi can have real peace and satisfaction, but the devotee can become fully peaceful and satisfied because of his association with the Supreme Whole, complete. Therefore, merging into the Absolute or attaining some mystic power has no attraction for the devotee. Attainment of love of God means complete freedom from all other attractions. The conditioned soul has many aspirations, such as becoming a religious man, a rich man, or first-class enjoyer, or becoming God himself, or becoming powerful like the mystics, and acting wonderfully by getting anything or doing anything. But all these aspirations should be rejected by the prospective devotee who actually wants to revive his dormant love of God. The impure devotee aspires after all of the above-mentioned material things by perfection of devotion. Make a note of that statement. The impure devotee aspires after all of the above-mentioned material things by perfection of devotee. But a pure devotee has none of the tinges of the above contaminations, which are the influence of material desires, and personal speculation, and attainment for mystic powers. One can attain the stage of love of God by pure devotional service, or by a learned labor of love, for the sake of the devotee's lovable object, the personality of Godhead. To be more clear, if one wants to attain the stage of love of Godhead, he must give up all desires for material enjoyment, should refrain from worship any of the demigods, and should devote himself only to the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He must give up the foolish idea of becoming one with the Lord and the desire to have some wonderful powers just to get the ephemeral adoration of the world. The pure devotee is only favorably engaged in the service of the Lord, without any hope of emollient. This will bring about love of God at the stage of Satan and Adam, as stated in this verse. Om Gyan Timidandasya Jana Jana Salakaya Chaksun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ma Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sunyavari Paschatya De Satarini Vanchakalpatu Visya Kripa Sindhu Be Prachapatitaram Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaho Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So there are so many goals that the imperfected devotee has. So many goals that the non-devotees have. So many goals that the impersonalists have. Everybody has so many goals, and the categories of goals are unlimited. But they center around three things: material desires and personal speculations and attainment of mystic powers. Srila Prabhupada explains that the karmis, they work very hard to try to enjoy their senses, their mind, and even their intelligence. And they make so many arrangements to facilitate that enjoyment in different ways. And they string their life from one type of enjoyment after another, trying to find some kind of adam and santam, peace and satisfaction, but they can't, because it's opposite of the nature of the material life. Material enjoyment is not meant for the soul. The material world is meant to be enjoyed by Krishna, not by the living entities. And therefore, one cannot enjoy something that belongs to someone else and who has not given the facility for enjoyment. So that's the karmis, the jnanis. They see the material world as being a very horrible place. They don't like it. They want out of it. But what is their way out of it? They want to become one with the Lord by merging into the Lord through various types of prayers, penances, austerities, pujas, and various types of chanting of mantras. And they can attain some level of status where they can free themselves from material suffering. But they get a little bit of relief from material suffering. But that is also temporary. Aruna Krishna padam padam padanti adam, as the verse says in the Srimad Bhagavatam in the 10th canto, that even though they gain the impersonal liberation or even liberation into the personal form of the Lord, padanti ada, because they have no love for the Lord, they have no service towards the Lord, they cannot retain that state. Therefore, again, as they fall down back into the material world, the example was used here, just like fish. They swim in the rivers, they swim in the riverlets, but they want to also go to the ocean. So they go to the ocean, but because they cannot stay there after some time, they come back to their other place. So the jnanis are like that. They still have a desire to be happy materially, in the sense of not enjoying anything of the material world. In other words, a sense of freedom from material suffering, which they consider to be a type of enjoyment. The yogis are powerful. They can do mystic. Prabhupada was talking today on one lecture. He was talking about this one yogi. When he was a young boy, this yogi would go around putting on shows, and they put him in a box. They put him in a bag. They seal the bag up. They put him in a box, and they seal the box up. The box is sealed tightly. The bag is sealed tightly. He's inside. And then they put a harmonium and a set of tablas on top of the box. And someone from the outside calls his name and say, "Play the harmonium." And the harmonium starts playing. Then he says, "Play the tablas," and the tablas start playing. And then the person says, "Come out of the box." And then he comes out. And then the person says, "Catch him, catch him, catch him." And he's running everywhere, and they're all trying to catch him. Nobody can catch him. Then after some time, the man goes back and says, "Now you can come out of the box." And he comes out of the box. So it's a show. He makes some money. He impresses some people. But what is the benefit? He's still in the material world. He's still trying to enjoy by manipulating the material energies and getting some cheap adoration from people who appreciate such magic. So that's about it. But the devotees, they have no material desires. They want to be with Krishna. They want to associate with Krishna. And they use all of their time to think of ways to serve Krishna. And they're happy because devotional service is on the spiritual platform. And when they're offered all of these other benedictions, it's like sometimes people offer them money. Give up your Krishna consciousness and I'll give you $1 million. Or I remember when I was at book distribution, people would be impressed by the way we would present our lines to get them to buy books. They would hand us their business card and said, I got a job for you. You can be one of my salesmen. It's a good job and we'll give you double the salary. You're good, So devotees get sometimes they don't get allured by that, but they get invited in different ways to somehow or other do something different for some material benefit. But devotees are not interested in that. And then, as it mentions here, there are people who come to Krishna consciousness. They still have material desires. They don't really understand the goal of Krishna consciousness. Although they hear that the goal is to develop love of God, their material desires are still strong and they perform devotional service in order to fulfill their material desires. They want to become nicely placed in the society of devotees so they can get a position of control and management. Or they want to get into devotional service so they can become expert in making more money on the outside. Or they're thinking, this material world is very bad. I can become a devotee and I get freedom from that. And then we're looking for liberation. And so they're not, or maybe they're thinking, I'm sick and I can't cure myself. Maybe if I become a devotee, I'll learn the formula and I'll get my health back. So there are so many people who come to devotional service. Krishna mentions that in the Bhagavad Gita, by which he says people come for different reasons. They come for material gain. They come for freedom from material suffering. They come just because they're curious. What is this devotional service? How does it work? Why are people taking to it? Let me understand. Let me try it out. But then there's those who actually understand what is the goal of devotional service. It's to free oneself from the cycle of material life and go back to the spiritual world to again become an associate of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in one of the different relationships in the spiritual world. The spiritual world is unlimited, as it mentions here. Material world is limited. Although the material world is vast in comparison, still, not in comparison, but vast. There are millions of planets. There are millions of universes, which have many planets in each one. For each universe, there's a sun. There's one sun in every universe. And it cannot even be understood. We can hardly understand this universe. This universe is 4 billion miles diametrically. And some of the universes are much, much bigger. But all of these material arrangements for the conditioned souls to be separate from the Lord, to try to act like the Lord, and try to enjoy separately from the Lord, is just a small portion of the entire existence. Spiritual world is 3 times greater than the material world, and it's always expanding to be even greater. And in that spiritual world, there are unlimited planets with an incarnation of the Lord on each of the planets. to satisfy different types of devotees who worship the Lord in different moods, in different ways. So the Lord's forms are unlimited, the planets are unlimited, the size of the spiritual world is unmeasurable. It can never even be considered. And all of this is all centered around worshiping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The one who's actually intelligent and knows their own best interest. They won't waste their time trying to find some success in any kind of other spiritual or material pursuit. They'll take to the stage of love of God, because love of God contains within it all of the benedictions, all of the happinesses, everything that can be even calculated in any other form of achievement. So, of course, the devotee is simply interested in serving the Lord. They're happy in that. Because serving in the Lord means to associate with the Lord through service to the Lord. And that association, just like in this material world, we look to get association with nice people, people who are kind, people who are maybe popular, people who are magnanimous. We look for someone. People have their idols in the material world. Some of them are because they're very talented, or maybe they're very rich or something. The tendency is to honor people in a greater position. But who's greater and who is the source of all of everyone else's greatness is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. But then devotees think, or other people think, well, he's too difficult to reach. No, he's not. He's available simply by the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, simply by following the process given to us by the spiritual master. One can awaken their association with the Lord in different moods, according to the mood of service that the devotee adopts. So there's nothing compared to devotional service. All of these other achievements, both material and spiritual, fall short. And every one of their achievements is characteristic by temporary. Any attainment that they gain in any of these other exercises will run out in due course of time. Their devotional service, when it begins, it expands more and more and becomes greater and greater, and it reaches unlimited proportions. Therefore, one can never calculate devotional service because it is non-different than Krishna. It's Krishna's internal energy. As Krishna is unlimited, so is devotional service is unlimited. As Krishna is the deity of pure love, the love for the devotee can experience in relationship to Krishna is also unlimitedly deep and full of varieties of happiness. But one should seriously and regularly focus on developing one's relationship with Krishna. And this is a rare opportunity given to us by the spiritual master, the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu's got this idea. He's thinking, I'm going to get everyone to become a devotee. And I'm going to make it easy enough so even the most unqualified can practice devotional service. He thinks like that. He's the most magnanimous manifestation of Krishna. And he wants to get everyone. So he's always thinking how to make it where everyone can come to devotional service. That's his special mercy. So this is a very important purport. If you carefully read it, you'll see that all of these other attainments fall short of love of God, and devotees who enter into the process of pure devotional service, but have other goals are actually cheating themselves of the real goal and do not ultimately attain what they are trying to attain anyway. So one should give up all desires for material enjoyment, stop worshiping the demigods, as it says here. Just like now we're in Navaratri. Here I am in India, and for the last 3 or 4 days, Navaratri's been going on. It goes on for 9 days. And usually around 7 or 8 o'clock, you can hear all through the atmosphere singing and banging in drums and playing music from a long distance away. And it goes on till about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night in some places. Some places in the more village areas, it goes on throughout the whole night. People get various forms of intoxication and they worship the Shakti energy of the Lord. The female manifestation of the material energy, the wife of Lord Shiva, who manifests herself in different forms of herself, primarily by Durga Devi. So this Navaratri is actually worshiping Durga Devi in 9 different forms. That's why it's called Navaratri. Nava means 9. And so they go on for some time. It's just like a spiritual party like that. And here I am in India, and I can hear it every night. Sometimes we want to go to sleep, so we put our earplugs in, but it goes on. And people who have that desire to enjoy, they take to this worship, and it's more like a party. The actual worship is there for many. They actually worship Durga Devi, and they get her blessings for material success or from some material enjoyment. But material enjoyment is as ephemeral as a cloud that's being blown by the wind. It doesn't stay, it's gone in some time. It gives a false sense of satisfaction and makes one think that one is okay. And then one starts to experience the unhappiness due to the movement of time. Therefore, it says, merging into the absolute truth, mystic powers, all of these different attainments by these different yogis and tapasis and sadhus, it has no attraction for the devotee. They don't even take interest in it, but to speak about, taking part in it. They're too busy, engaged in a labor of love, trying to serve the Lord in different ways. And they're satisfied. As this verse says, they are anandam and santam. They are satisfied and they are peaceful. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much. That's a wonderful class. Dear devotees, if you have any questions or comments, you can raise your hands. Yeah, Manas Prabhu, please go ahead. And please turn on your cameras if possible, wherever you are. Thank you. We are not able to hear you, Prabhuji. Can you come closer?
Help them out.
Hare Krishna. No, we are not able to hear you.
Something wrong with your audio.
Yeah. You can come back with your question later, Prabhuji. Achita Priya Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, please my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the wonderful devotees here. Thank you so much for a wonderful class. It was something actually that I was meditating on a few days ago. Because when you were talking to devotees and they talk about what is the goal of sort of spiritual life, some say the goal is to go back to Godhead. Others say the goal is to perform devotional service. So what should be the right meditation we should have? The goal, so when we're trying to meditate and do our sadhana, like is the goal always just to be engaged in devotional service, or is the goal, ultimate goal is that we want to go back to Godhead, but what should our correct meditation be?
Well, both of those goals you mentioned are desirable, and they're not contrary to bhakti.
Okay.
But then again, there's gradations within those desires. In other words, a devotee who wants to go back to Godhead still thinks in terms of me. Of course, that's the goal, to go back to Godhead, but they're thinking, I want to go back to Godhead and be happy there. But a devotee who, on a higher level, thinks, whether I stay here or whether I go back to Godhead, just give me the opportunity for devotional service. And if Krishna wants to take me back, that's fine. Krishna wants to leave me here to serve him in different ways, then I'm happy with that. So devotional service is so satisfying that a devotee a lot of times doesn't think about any long-range goal. They simply want to serve. They're always thinking how to serve nicer, how to offer their love for Krishna, how to pray to Krishna, how to come and see Krishna in the temple, offer beautiful prayers, and offer some gifts to Krishna. In other words, it becomes very personal for a devotee. And they don't think so much about, well, am I going back to Godhead or not? But as Prabhupada said, that it is an acceptable desire, but it is not as free from personal motivation as one who simply wants to serve. And Lord Chaitanya has given that in his Shikshastika prayers. Na danam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam vajagati shikamoye, mama janmani, ishvare bhavatad bhakti, ahoitu kitui. First, he rejects all kinds of material happiness, and then he says, I just want to become your devotee life after life. So he's giving the formula that not looking even for liberation, looking for devotional service, that's all. So if you were to tell me you simply want to go back to Godhead, I would say that's nice and it's acceptable. But if you tell me I just want to engage in devotional service, then that's the perfection of bhakti, actually. Not looking for anything personal. But you should know that by that mood of just wanting to serve, you qualify yourself to go back to God. So although we don't put that foremost, it's there.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
That was really helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Such a nice question. Sridevi Mataji, please go ahead.
Thank you. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So in this particular purport, in the very first paragraph, Prabhupada is writing that devotee goes back to the Vaikuntha planets, and destination of the Bhagavat is to enter into one of the Vaikuntha planets, like that. But because Lord Chaitanya has come and opened up Golok Vrindavan, I thought it is devotees' desire to aspire for Golok Vrindavan.
Yeah, well, send your comment to the editors of the Srimad Bhagavatam and tell them they made a mistake.
No, Guru Maharaj. I'm humbly requesting clarification to understand better.
If you understand the chapter we're in, it's just talking about Vaikuntha, that's all. There's no question about Goloka Vrindavan mentioned in this section here. But that'll come up occasionally throughout the rest of the Bhagavatam, and then it comes up fully in the 10th canto.
Okay, thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Okay, they
Thank
didn't
you.
make a mistake, don't worry.
Manas Prabhu, please go ahead. Hope your audio is better now.
Yeah, am I audible now, Mataji?
Yes, yeah.
So Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, Hare Krishna, everyone assembled here. All glories to you, Guru Maharaj. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances, Maharaj. Maharaj, I was just wondering about one thought. So all of us, as a soul, would have had a journey started from a real home, that is, the vacant lok itself, along with the God. We all would have started our journey as a soul from there, but somehow we got fallen, and we got, and we got to this material world. First of all, I mean, I'm just thinking aloud again. What could have caused for a soul to think of going away from the God? And now we understand that as a pure devotee, there is an opportunity to come to, back to the Godhead, back to our real home. And it is also being said that once we are back to Godhead, to our real home, we will not get attracted to this material world again. Is it because now you would have realized what is the trouble that we can get into after going away from the God? Is the reason that it's being said that a devotee now would not really get attracted back towards the materialistic, things? So just wanted to understand a little around this, Maharaj, if my question is
Yeah,
clear. Yeah.
well, to answer that last part, if you stick your head in a fire and you don't know it's going to burn, but it burns, then next time you won't do that because you're cautious, having had that experience. So falling to the material world gives one the experience that it's a horrible place. And once one attains back to Godhead, they remember everything. It's not that they forget. They remember their sojourn in the material world, and they think it's just a bad dream, that's all. Yeah, but the reason why we fall to the material world is Prabhupada has said it mostly in one particular way each time, and that is, you see, the soul also has a very strong, unlimited desire to enjoy. So the soul in the spiritual world may feel that everything is centered around Krishna. What about me? Why can't I be the center? So that mentality causes one to move away from the spiritual purity of that atmosphere. And when the one is no longer pure in that atmosphere, it's called just wrong desire. That's all. Desire remains eternally with the soul. And then that forces one to try to fulfill that desire in a place that people are trying to do the same thing. That's the material world. So, yeah.
Maharaj, one thought again around it. Sorry for this question again, but how can this be possible that in such a pure environment, along with the God himself, some can have this thought of going away from the God, or
That's a
having
question
some,
that the
yeah.
question comes, that's a question that's come up many times. And Prabhupada answered, go back to Godhead and then everything will be clear. That's one question you can't really fully answer. Sometimes people come to the material world just to experience what the material world is like. Prabhupada gives the example. You're walking along street and you pass a marquee on a movie theater, and it describes that the movie inside playing is a horror movie. So, if you go in, you're going to be frightened, scared, creating fear in you. But you go anyway. Curiosity.
Right.
That's
Okay.
another reason why the soul can fall, just to want to try to experience what this material world is like. But then again, that's foolish also.
Right. Sure. Sure, Guru Maharaj. So it's more of the curiosity factor then.
But one cannot really understand completely everything from this material perspective. Even though we try to explain using ordinary language, logic, and various types of philosophical ways of understanding things, still, when it comes to understanding why we came to this material world, it doesn't become clear until you go back. And those who waste time trying to figure it out, it's like it says that those, if you're drowning and someone comes with a lifeboat and a life raft and says, get in, you say, I'll get in only when I know why, how I got here, why
Drowning.
I'm drowning. So don't waste time.
Got it. Got it. Sure,
You might
sure, sure.
continue to drown.
Sure, Guru Maharaj. Thank you. Thank you for that. Got it.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you. Vinayak Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Vinayak.
Vinayak.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances and to the lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna to everyone. Am I audible, Maharaj?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, some days before I read about Mirabai. Mirabai is also a very serious Krishna devotee, but her mood was to dissolve in Krishna. So, but in this purport, Prabhupada saying that devotees should not desire to dissolve in Krishna rather than serving Krishna. So, what about Mirabai? Should she get back to this material world because he also showed serious devotee?
What was her mood? I didn't hear that word clearly.
I think desire.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Dissolve.
Dissolved in Krishna.
Oh, dissolve in Krishna. Okay. Dissolve. Good.
You mean merge in
Mirabai.
Krishna?
Merging.
merge-
Yes, Maharaj. Merge in Krishna.
You should. I don't know much about Mirabai's life, but if that was her desire, it's not pure. But from what I understand, from what I hear about Mirabai, she wanted to become the husband of Krishna.
Yes. Yes, Maharaj. So
And
in
that-
Krupas in the
that-
books, yes.
And that's the realm of Goloka Vrindavan, to become the lover of Krishna. She was
Okay, Maharaj.
considered to be a pure devotee. I don't know where you heard that she wanted to merge into Krishna.
I
I have
actually read in
heard-
Krupas in the book, Maharaj.
She wanted to be Krishna's lover. That's my understanding, Guru Maharaj.
That's
In all
all.
her songs, she just longs to be with Krishna, and she expresses that love that she feels for Krishna.
Yeah, that's what I understand also. At least that's as much as I know about her. The only other pastime I know is she had a pastime with Rupa Goswami and
Jiva
I think-
Goswami.
yeah, Rupa Goswami. She wanted to meet the Rupa Goswami, and Rupa Goswami sent back a message that he doesn't meet with any women. And then she sent back another message saying, as far as I understand, there's only one male in Vrindavan, that's Krishna.
Yes, yes, Maharaj.
She defeated him, and then he actually agreed to meet her.
Okay, Maharaj. Thank you.
Hari.
Thank you. So Maharaj, I have a question like, so suppose, no, not suppose, so when we are progressing in Krishna consciousness, we are almost getting detached to the material things and material um, um, attractions around us. But sometimes it becomes a problem because we are so much detached to others and here. So we're not able to mingle with other people and preach Krishna consciousness.
Yeah,
So
that's good. You're making advancement.
thank
You
you.
get to the point where you only want to be with devotees then.
Yeah, but the thing is, Maharaj, it becoming a problem for the preaching. So if you want to, so how to be detached and be in the material things so that we'll be attracting other people also.
Preaching is different. Preaching means giving the mercy. You're in a position to give them something. You're not taking their association.
Yes, Maharaj, but yeah, for example, in our community, a lot of things going on, but they don't invite us anymore. Since 2 years, they are not inviting us. So,
Good. You're
uh,
lucky. Your
but
headaches are over.
yeah, I know. But the thing is, Maharaj, if I want to go with them and or invite to my programs, they are not coming because they have left us like separate. So that's the
But
main
there,
problem.
but there's people coming, right?
Yes, Maharaj. Yeah.
So work with them.
Yeah.
They misery loves company.
Mm.
So they want you to be miserable like them. You because you won't surrender to their misery, they say, all right, we won't come to your place then if you don't come to our place and be miserable like us. So we don't need people like that.
Mm.
You can keep inviting them, but many will come, very few will actually become serious. That's just the way it is.
Mm. Yes, Maharaj. Good.
Yeah. You can make one person a serious devotee in your preaching, that's success. Just one.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you.
Guru Maharaj, Srimati's sister has become devotee, mother has become devotee, nephews have become devotees, all because of her.
Her son's a real nice devotee. He
Of
loves
course, her own children also.
he likes kirtan a lot.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Maharaj.
you're doing whatever you're doing, it's working.
Maharaj, with all your mercy.
Yeah. So,
Blessings.
some people come and they expect things, and others they come for the social reason. They don't come for the spiritual reason.
Mm.
Many people come to our temples so they can meet their friends and talk about whatever they talk about.
Mm. It's true. Yes, Maharaj.
We don't disallow them for coming, but we know that they're not serious. They just want to come. When they come, that's all right. They get a little purified, but they're not interested in taking part in the activities.
Mm.
That's why Prabhupada made the point. He said, everyone who comes, we should give them a chance to hear this philosophy.
Yeah.
He said, therefore, we should have classes regularly. So when people come, there's always some class going on. And they can hear about Krishna, about devotional service.
Yes, Maharaj.
Education is what people need.
Mm. Yes, Maharaj. We are starting a center here now from this Sunday, 13th October, and we are starting Bhagavad Gita classes. So we are, yeah.
In the Frisco group,
Yes, Maharaj.
yeah, There's some serious people there. It's
Yes.
nice. I came when I was there in May. We had a meeting with many of them. We went out to the area where the temple was going to be.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Thank you, Manoj.
You heard
Rajmandal Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my sincere humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you, and all glories to all of the Vaishnavas. I was just relaying back to Srimati Mataji's question, if I may. From experience, when we first came to Krishna consciousness, all our family members, my mother's side, my father's side, they all left us. Everyone just thought we were nuts, and they left us. They just thought that we had lost our marbles, like, what are these guys doing? And they just thought we were completely insane, walking around with tilak and dhoti, and it was just couldn't relate to it, Mataji. And as the years unfolded, by my parents' bhakti and their just devotion, it slowly seeped into them. Not all, but some. It slowly, they could see something, and they just, because Krishna's all attractive, so that natural attractiveness was there. And some family members then slowly started to come because they're curious. Why are you happy and we're not? But if you actually look at it, Krishna does strip away like this. Krishna strips everything away, takes every, because Krishna loves us, because we are so dear to him. You know, there's that terminology, if you give one step to Krishna, you'll receive 10. So similarly, we experienced this, and now so many years have gone, and we're by the grace of Srila Prabhupada and but certain family members have not taken initiation. And so it's a process. It's a slow process. But my parents were very steady. We all as a family, but we just stuck to Christmas and stuff, you know, we didn't waver, we just carried on going. Yeah.
The caravan rolls on, the dogs will bark and the caravan rolls on.
Correct, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah. When you know something is right, you don't need anybody else's opinion.
100%.
Thank you. I was just reading about your father today. I went through my diary and I came to October 11, 2017. Sridevi's been transcribing it for me. She sends it to me and then I edit it. So I was looking down and I was just remembering your father in a really sweet way and how his name was Brajanath.
Yes, Guru
And
Maharaj.
he left in Braj. And I was saying, wow, Krishna arranged for him to leave in a place that was just comparable to his name, Vrindavan. That was, that's not accidental. It's not you can't say it's
No.
coincidence. Coincidence means you don't know. Accident means there's some other thing that you can't figure out. Chance means I don't know. But when Krishna's behind something, it's magical. It's in line with the mood of devotion. So just wanted to bring that up.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Actually, we're all meeting at my mother's place on Friday, which is the disappearance anniversary, 7th year. So we're all meeting, and my mother's going to be making sumptuous prasadam, all of his favorite dishes, and we're going to have kirtan and pravachan there.
You got a lot of UK listeners out there, you know. Can they all come?
My mum's got a 2-bedroom flat, so let's fill it up. Of course they can come. My mum
Okay,
would love that. My mum would
Yeah.
love that.
yeah, you got a few UK personalities out there tonight. I see 3, I see 4, or maybe there's more.
Jay, thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing. Thank you. Vrishabhanu Prabhu, Kirtida Mataji, please go ahead.
Guru.
You go ahead.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Please, I
Hare
don't Hare Krishna. I
Sundar,
don't do your darshan properly. I want to see your face properly. Can you do the camera?
what am I supposed to do?
Oh,
I think she wants to see full face.
yeah, no, yeah, yes, full face.
Maharaj,
Okay,
can
there you
you
go.
I can see you, Maharaj.
That's you're seeing the effulgence now.
No problem, no problem. Yeah, yesterday was 7th October and you gave us an initiation. It's nearly 1 month now. And if I can't say properly, my husband can help you because to be honest with you, Maharaj, I don't know how to ask the question even sometimes. But yesterday that Vinay Prabhu was asking you about the initiation and everything. So this is my realization and experience about the initiation. When you gave the initiation, all of a sudden it happened something in my heart. And
Krishna said, "Welcome home."
yeah, yeah. After anyway, after that you was having your lunch. We all finished, and I was looking the time to come and tell you what happened to me, Maharaj. And I came to you when you finished your lunch, and then I was
What?
talking you.
I could see something happened.
Yes, and I told you, Maharaj, if something happened, you opened the door of my heart and I can see something. And this is my experience. And I am telling to be like, Prabhu, you have to be patient, do your whole
Well,
bhakti.
I think Krishna opened the door and he just walked in.
Oh. Maharaj. Yeah,
He doesn't. He walks in wherever he wants to go. When he sees someone that is attracted to him, he becomes more enthusiastic to enter into their heart.
and
He's in the heart. He's in the heart, but when he wants to come in a big way, then you can experience it.
And yesterday, Sridevi Mataji was asking about the insects, and yeah, it was I listened twice the class, then I understand properly. I have to concentrate a lot because in English I find it a little bit difficult. So I'm talking about my experience. So there was one fly came in my house, and
Fly?
yeah, little fly, very little fly. I opened the door and windows and it didn't go. And as you know, you stayed at Newport House. House is so clean and everything, no food at all. And I put little prasad on the table. Let it come and have a prasad. It didn't go. When I was listening to, when I was reading the Bhagavatam, she sat nearby me and listened, but she didn't go. Third day, fourth day, I was doing my chanting and she came on, sit on my mala bed. She didn't go. Fifth day, I saw her, Maharaj, on the floor died. So I think he must be very, very high soul. What do you think about it?
Well, every living entity has part and parcel of Krishna, has love for Krishna. And Krishna, for the lower living entities, he directs their movements directly. So he directed that fly to get some mercy.
Mm.
And when it died, I said, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. And do you think she has got an eye? She's finished this Ajanma. Thank you. Maharaj, Guru, thank you.
Good. Good.
What
Somebody
she-
sent me something today where one lady was singing to a monkey, and she was holding the monkey, and then she was singing, and the monkey was
Listening.
holding the monkey. Then she started to sing, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, and the monkey went wild. He started jumping, beating his head, and started running all over the place. So as soon as he started chanting Ram's name, it must have been one of Hanuman's followers, you know. I have it on video. It's funny.
So now, Maharaj, I think she has got a mox and she is in Vaikunth Dham now. End of her last, she listened this Bhagavad class I was chanting.
Who?
This fly.
I don't know. Krishna knows.
Krishna.
Anyway, you blessed the fly, and the fly made you happy. So that's good. Devotees can even relate to living entities in different bodies. One great Christian saint, his name was Saint Francis of Assisi. He was so spiritually powerful. He would go to the bank of the river and he would start speaking, and the fish would come, and they would all stay there, all the fish, and they would all stay there listening to him speak. As soon as he was done, they would all leave. Yeah, there's stories of him speaking to the fish.
Thank you, Maharaj. Dalvan Pranam.
Hari Hari.
For sharing. Thank you. Rishabh Prabhu, please go ahead.
Mhm.
Hare Krishna, this is Mahabal based Gurudev and Vaishnavas. I apologize. I feel a bit down. I didn't turn my camera on. I have
Too
a
much
question.
Mahaprasadam, huh? You had too much Mahaprasadam.
Yesterday, the main pujari was just feeding me, and I couldn't say no because he was the main pujari, but I'm trying to avoid that again.
When you go to his room, he's going to pile it on you. So you better be careful. He tried to get me into his room, but then one of the senior devotees said, "Don't go. You won't get out." So I was saved.
I found this firsthand, and it is interesting how much prasadam he has in this small room. Just amazing.
Oh, they got 5 altars. Anyone comes to Ujjain, come to Ujjain. We got deities of Radha and Krishna with Lalita Vaishakhi. We got Krishna Balaram with Sandipani Muni sitting there. We got big deities of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. We got Gaurnitai full size. We got Prahlad Nrsingadev, exactly replica of the deities in Mayapur. 5 full altars. When you walk into it, you feel like, wow, where am I? I made it.
Just bowing down to all 5 altars, you already did all the yoga asanas.
You got Prabhupada sitting on his glorious Vyasa-san looking so satisfied.
Devotees must be full busy in Ujjain, Maharaj.
They must be what?
They must be full busy in maintaining all this schedule of the altars.
Yeah, they are. But there's a lot of devotees here. I mean, you got over 100 brahmacharis here.
Wow. Yeah, Bishop Prabhu, please ask your question.
So Maharaj, I just finished studying the 17th chapter, and it's really interesting how in 17th chapter Arjuna asks Krishna about what if we are worshiping according to our own imagination and not according to scripture. And Krishna actually in the whole chapter is called the division of faith, even though Krishna itself was speaking only 6 verses about faith directly. And it's interesting, Maharaj, that this faith, Krishna says that it depends on our activities, depends on which mode our activities are and in which mode we are in. This faith develops accordingly to the goodness, passion, or ignorance.
Right.
So in this regard, the more we are endeavoring to actually follow the scripture, follow the spiritual master, and do things in the mode of goodness, and especially pure goodness, the more our faith solidifies and gets stronger, right?
Yeah, faith in the other modes are dependent on certain situations. And that faith is also quite, what we say, weak, because the modes are always changing. But when you go above the modes, you're in the Sudasattva, then the faith is solid. There's no change. It becomes fixed. And it grows. It grows. So the idea is to develop faith in the process of bhakti and in the words of the spiritual master.
And act accordingly.
Yeah, well, that proves you develop the faith. If you don't act, that means it's like sometimes people say, wow, I really want to be with you, but I have this other thing I have to do. That means they don't really want to be with you. People will say, yeah, thanks for inviting me. Boy, I would really like to come, but I can't. That means you don't really want to come. You can say whatever you can say. But if you really want to do something, you do it. So same in Krishna consciousness. If you have faith, you'll act. You can't say I have faith and you don't act.
And Krishna actually, the rest of the chapter, Krishna is speaking about different food, sacrifice, austerities, charity in the different modes, just
Right.
to help us to get to the mode of goodness, to do things in the mode of goodness, so that our transcendental faith increases.
Exactly. Yeah. Because without working the mode of goodness, you can't offer any of the activities in the lower modes in devotional service. Goodness, you can, because those are the qualities of the soul.
It's really sublime, actually, when we start to study Bhagavad Gita. Even Arjuna asked one question, Krishna elaborately, so finely, so deeply, that it's just profound how it's developing.
Yeah, Bhagavad Gita is preliminary, but in that preliminary, it deals with who is Krishna, what is our relationship with him, what is this material world, what is the time factor, and what are activities and what is the results of different types of activities. So Bhagavad Gita has 5 main subjects. All of them Krishna gives detailed knowledge about.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dear devotees, any more questions or comments? Maharaj, I don't see any questions, so
Okay.
chanting.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Maharaj, for such a wonderful class and nice question answer session.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you.
Do you have the verse for Thursday?
Yes, Maharaj, yeah. Thursday is Bhakti Sangha Japa class. And
What is the verses?
Yeah, 7th canto, 10th chapter, verse number 49. 7, 10, 49.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's Thursday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Jai Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hari Hari Ram, Hari Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hari Ram, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Hari Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hari Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hari Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Hari Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hari Ram, Hare Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hari Ram, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, I'm still tired. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, I'm tired. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare. It's sweet. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hari 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. On my way out, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Go to bed, get up early. I think that's the solution. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Excellent. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hari 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Please bless Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Wonderful. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Mystic drinks. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare 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 Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare Hare. Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, 50 pages. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna. Yeah, I gotta learn to start dancing properly again. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yeah, I gotta get rid of this crazy stuff. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Yay. Mhm.